Talking about energy, Conference of Electricity, electricity, not energy, Conference of Nigerian Political Parties, CNPP, and the Coalition of Nigerian National Civil Society Organizations have jointly called for the immediate resignation of Nigerian's Minister of Power, Adelabu Adebayo, citing incompetence and failure to address the country's ongoing electricity crisis. In a statement jointly issued by James Ezema, Deputy National Publicity Secretary of CNPP, and Alhaji Ali Abacha, National Secretary of CNCSOs, on Sunday, the coalition criticized Minister Adelabu's tenure, describing him as a round peg in a square hole. The groups argued that the minister lacks the capacity to effectively manage the power sector, pointing to persistent electricity shortages that have plagued the country for decades. According to the coalition, over 40% of Nigerians remain without access to electricity, while those connected to the national grid endure inconsistent power supply ranging between 2,000 MW and 4,000 megawatts, figures that have stagnated since the 1980s. The statement further decried the economic repercussions of the power crisis, including business closures, job losses, and hindered economic growth. The groups also faulted Minister Adelabu for not leveraging the Nigerian Electricity Act of 2023, which allows decentralized electricity provision and public-private partnerships to improve the sector. Do you agree with this group that Adelabu should resign as the power minister of the country because of the certain reasons they have stated, Barrister Mikey?
Of course, he has no business being in office. Absolutely no business. Like I said...
is he not doing something right? What is he doing wrong there?
Okay, he's actually doing something by telling Nigerians...
I'm trying to...
He has told Nigerians that he wants to go to Ghana, Egypt, to go and study her electricity. Is it not his master who told Peter Obi that is this statistics we will chop? Peter Obi went to Egypt. Find out. I can't be as eloquent as Peter Obi on this matter. He said it at Chatham House in London, that the first thing he will have to do is to tackle those who are seen to be benefiting from the rot in the electric sector. And I know that they are working with the president to make sure that they frustrate that, because they are seeing everything from political binoculars, which cannot take us anywhere in the real sense. The president asked Peter Obi whether na statistics will go chop. Even CMN told Peter Obi that Nigerian government is not serious about electricity. I told you here some time ago that no serious nation of the world can have its legislature pursuing solar panel light on the street, that after some time it will panel beat the thinking of Nigerians that there is light, when in the recent there is no light. Because the light that is supplied by this what do you call it, street light, this solar energy, this thing, which is very temporary, cannot power any industrial facility. Even if you see the light, you cannot use it to charge your phone. It's as bad as that. So any nation that is National Assembly can put energy on such venture as against generating electricity, I said categorically that that nation is doomed. You can see what Akpabio and the rest, all the dancing he was doing is for them to bring the, what do you call it, that development commission to Akwa Ibom. Nothing more than that.
If we have to look at it from what CNPP and the civil society has come to say, most Nigerians have decided to engage in the use of solar panels. They've literally left electricity parts because they feel like in most homes in Nigeria, right, as it stands, they've decided to fall back to the use of solar panel because of this issue. Let's look at this from a natural perspective, that Adelabu, he is a Nigerian and he uses electricity. I do not know, unless he has they have special kind of electricity that they consume from the common Nigerians. And I'm sure they see the recent consistent grid collapse. At some point, he made a statement one time that the grid collapse, there's nothing that can be done about it. But whenever the grid collapses, they will do something to fix it, but it cannot be sorted out permanently. And Nigeria as a country, like you said, we can generate this because at some point we're actually giving power to Ghana. There's another African country that we're actually giving power to assistance. So why can't we maintain our own power assistance right now?
It's a game. They are playing on the intelligence of Nigerians because a lot of people are ignorant. I tell you, the twin principle of feudalism is ignorance and poverty. It's two. The effect of the poverty is wide-ranging because it cut across even the intellectual. That's why you can see a professor being turned into political, electoral fraud validator, and he's comfortable. He has no invention to his credit, and he's comfortable. And they give him peanuts, some millions, to turn electoral distance. Now, let me say this to you. Why I say it's deliberate is this. You know these foreign herdsmen that they are allowed to come into the country? They are the people that are bringing down these towers. Because they have nothing to lose.
So in that instance, is Adelebo's resignation going to solve this electricity problem that Nigeria is grappling with?
What they are calling for, right? If you listen carefully, they use the term, it's a round peg in the square hole. That is incompetence that they are looking at.
So what is the possibility that the next person will be competent because there's already a structure?
There is a problem because the head, that's what we call body language, right? A man who beats women and quote unquote he loses the first wife, either through death or whatever means, another one will come into that family. The stick that he used in beating the first wife that died is also in that house. It's in him. Do you understand? It's in him, and she will also suffer it. Until there is a change, nothing will happen. Look at the body language. That's why I say to Nigerians, particularly the youth, you see, I'm 53 years old. These people, before you know, I was telling somebody some time ago, I entered university in 1991-92 session. I was 19 years old. I met Odukpani Otu, road crisis. Then, that road is worse now than then. Why is that road in that state? They don't want to open Calabar Port. That's based on political calculus of Nigeria. Why is Port Harcourt Seaport not open? It's based on political calculus of Nigeria. The civil war is still continuing till now. Unless and until the youth of this country forget about religion, because when they steal our future, they don't consider religion, they don't consider political party, they don't consider ethnicity. There are so many those things. We should throw them inside dustbin and get united. Ask our brothers who Japa, when they get there, somebody from the south, geographical confusion called south, and those from the top north, they see themselves as brothers. Why are they there? They are there because things are working. You can have a Nigerian who is good, they will put him in position. That's where merit matters. Where we are, just like he is a symbol of incompetence. Bola Tinubu is a symbol of incompetence. When you impose incompetence over competence, when you impose mediocrity over merit, these are the things you see. There are manifest results. If you put a tea bag, green tea, in hot water, you put Lipton in another hot water in different cups. When you pour the content, tea expert will tell you this is green tea, this is Lipton. Do you understand? That is the way it is. When you place incompetence over competent people, when you place a mediocre over people who are pursuing meritocracy, these are the results you see. Any number, no matter the volume of number you multiply by 0, it will give you, no matter how poor you are in mathematics, you know that the answer will be 0. That is exactly what is happening here. It is stealing money, like the former governor of Rivers State was doing here. Umaya challenged him. He said at the age of 27 he was a billionaire, that he worked, that he thought that the man has something that is of intellectual value, that is not only packing of public money that he is good at, and of course that is the truth. So a situation wherein you have people packing money. I give you an example here about the Fulani. Do you know the volume of money Abacha and the rest of them stole in this country? How has he advanced the north from poverty? Go there and check the volume of poverty there. So I'm not impressed. I don't jealous the oppressor.
So it's until the structure has been changed.
Until the system is changed. And I'm calling on the youth. You see, this is the way out. Nobody should talk about election in this country until there is a radical reform on our electoral law. Even to the extent that we have independent candidates. So that Nigerians can come together and say, we are supporting this independent candidate as presidential decision. So that nobody can use any party structure to defeat him. And we must have, if we use cards for transaction, irrespective of its flaws, there is no way that we cannot have electronic voting in this country. Until those things are guaranteed, Nigerians should not dream about voting. All the shenanigans that they are doing at the National Assembly, Akpabio and the rest of them, so as to bring a development commission to Akwa Ibom and all whatnot, all the rubbish they are doing there, they are dancing over our intelligence as if we do not know what we are doing. Nigerians are excellent people outside this country. Most Nigerians who are abroad, they are on economic exile. Not that they are happy. They are not happy. And I am telling Nigerians as a challenge, it's time for us to come together. There is enough wealth in this country. We can kick out this bunch of incompetent fellows. Enough of this nonsense. We must march to the National Assembly and tell them the reform that we want. All this fanciful and cosmetic thing they are doing is rubbish. This light, if we want light here, you see, let me say this to you. Europe is afraid of Nigeria. The moment Nigeria gets leadership right, Europe is going to shake. Because majority of Nigerians will pull back to Nigeria to develop this place.
Thank you so much in that, Barrister Mankey.